everyone, it's Justine and welcome. I am doing a video for the So Susie Stamp of the Month, and I'm just showing you these two photos just to be able to show off the shine in a photograph. So the Stamp of the Month program, if you haven't heard of it, is from So Susie Stamps. You get a stamp in the mail each month of the year. So now that 2016 is coming to an end, you can still purchase the entire year, or you can go back and see which stamps you like, and you can purchase a quarter at a time if there's certain stamps that you like. For more details, just head over to the link that I post in the description. My block must have been dirty because for some reason my stamp didn't stick. So if your stamp doesn't stick, clean off your block and see if that helps, because after that it didn't come off my block at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to randomly stamp this shell in various directions, upside down, right side up, and to the side, all over. And because I have a really good lamp, I can actually see the glare as well as you can on the video as to where they are, so I'm able to place them easily. You can try going outside as well if you can't see them in the lighting you have in your craft room. I'm also going to show you in this video 2 ways to fix some mistakes in case it happens during your card making. So now that I've stamped this in Versamark ink, I'm going to open 2 colors of Perfect Pearls in green and purple, and I am going to simply just add various pieces of powder all over. Now what I'm going to do is when I mix them together, I'm just going to go back and forth with my brush, and it's only going to stick to the stamped area. The rest of it's just going to fall right off. So what I like to do is to go up and down with my brush and back and forth to spread out the colors. And you want to make sure that you have colors that don't mix and make a brown, because I did find when some of these colors, the purple and the green, blended, it did create some darker areas, but for the most part it turned out really pretty. So all you need to do is just wipe off all the excess powder. You can toss that if you like, or if there are nice colors that mix well, you can save it for another card. All I do to tap off the excess powder is simply just flick the back of the cardstock from the opposite side, not the stamped side, and that just removes all excess powder. So you can see here I just flick it. And then all the powder falls off and you can see the amazing, amazing shine that comes off. You just need to wipe the powder away to clean up. So I'm going to remove this, and then I'm just going to show you here the shine that you get on your card. Check that out, Miss Salima. Look how glittery it is. And then I'm going to just spray with some water. So I'm just testing it, and then I spray into the air and I flip through my card twice, and that's going to set the powder. The powder's not going to move or rub off on your fingers after that. But you don't want to use a lot of water, which is why I just kind of swipe it through the mist, because if you do, it's going to warp your cardstock. Next up, I'm going to ink up one of the previous stamps of the month with some VersaFine Black Onyx ink, and I'm going to stamp it inside of a stitched circle die cut. This is just going to add a little bit of interest, the circle die cut. Now here comes my first mistake. So as you notice, you can see it's not completely center. So what I did was I was going to flip it to the back. The back was dirty. So what I do to distract the eye of it being slightly off center is I added some nouveau drops or some embellishments that you would notice, and that will balance out the actual sentiment, so you won't notice that it's slightly off center. I'm using green and purple, which are the colors that match the Perfect Pearls as well. I'm adding 2 green and a purple to this, and some purple, 3 purple, and the reason why I'm doing that is because odd numbers are more attractive to the eye. Now adding my nouveau drops before I glued everything down wasn't exactly the smartest thing, and that's how I ended up making mistake number 2. I didn't wait for these to dry, and it ended up getting my finger in it at some point, which got onto my card that I already made, the card panel. So I glued everything together and I put this circle die cut on top of my background. Now I apologize, my lighting is very natural light, so it does really reflect that background and it is giving off quite a glare, so I apologize for that. And at this point I had got my finger inside the nouveau drops. Now the good thing was it didn't mess up my nouveau drop, it just got a little bit onto my card panel, and you'll notice that once I glue it down you'll be able to see it. So I'm using some Tombow Mono liquid glue adhesive, and I am going to place my card panel onto my card base. And here in the top left corner, you'll be able to see that I have a spot of my nouveau. So that's where I got my finger in it, and then I pushed down to the adhesive and I got some on the top left corner. Now what I decided to do to cover up that mistake, you always need to find a way to cover it up, whether it's an embellishment or a sequin or whatever. So I just added some more nouveau drops, and I think they look fabulous. I'm just going to add in a couple more green just to add some interest to the card, And that's the end of today's card tutorial. So I hope you enjoyed getting introduced to perfect pearls if you haven't used them yet. They're beautiful and they're super gorgeous on black cardstock. And I hope you consider getting some of the stamps of the month. They're absolutely amazing. And in the end, you end up with a really great collection of coastal and beach themed sentiments and images. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day.